Hey everyone, I'm Kristen, the anxiety therapist. Today I want to talk about analysis paralysis, decision fatigue, and getting stuck in making the right decision. I want to share a personal anecdote about how I experienced these things recently. But before I do, I just want to let you all know that I have some additional free resources on my website. If you find my videos helpful, head on over to catharticspacecounseling.com. Under the products tab, there are a couple other resources that you can download and I think you might find beneficial. So starting with the personal anecdote, basically we've come to the conclusion lately that my 3-year-old son probably needs some occupational therapy. As a parent, I reach out to his pediatrician, get some referrals from her. I reach out to some friends of mine whose kids have received occupational therapy to get some personal recommendations, and I booked 2 consultation calls for yesterday. I get off these calls, both of them were wonderful. I would be more than confident and happy working with either of them. It's just a matter of kind of what makes the most sense for us with scheduling and cost. Fast forward, I'm laying in bed last night and my mind starts going, what if one of these is not the right decision? What if I should reach out to all of the referrals the pediatrician gave to me because maybe one of them is better? And how do I know that I'm going with the best option? What I did was I stopped myself in that moment, because what I was doing was getting stuck in this right versus wrong, which is a form of polarized thinking, aka a thinking trap or a thinking error or an irrational thought. What happens is when we have so many options, we start to have analysis paralysis, where we are trying to analyze all of the benefits versus costs, and well, this one offers this, but this one offers this, and it's like information overload, and we're trying to overthink and analyze all of this information just to make a right decision. That in turn turns into decision fatigue, where we get so exhausted by kind of thinking about or surveying our options that we don't take action at all. If we're doing this throughout our day or several times throughout our lives, every decision or lots of decisions, then that's just going to drain our mental capacity. If you think of it like a battery, the more decisions you have to make, the more thought that requires, the more you're analyzing and overthinking, and that gets exhausting for your brain. And eventually it'll just check out, where you can't even decide what kind of cereal you want to eat for breakfast. These are all things just to be aware of that happen a lot. I've heard about this a lot with my clients as well, especially when it comes to making big purchases. I have a client who wants to buy a car, another client wants to buy a couch, and there are so many options that they are paralyzed. They can't make a decision. I think it's really important to be aware when this is happening and then just narrow it down to like 2 or 3, because you can go to the depths of the universe looking for more options, especially now with the internet. You can go down a rabbit hole so deep that you'll never come out. It's important to see decisions like fingerprints. They're unique to each situation and moment. You want to consider your options, but you also want to check in with your gut, which is a lot smarter than the constant loop of thoughts, and just take a leap of faith. If the choice doesn't unfold like you expected, well, then you have an opportunity to learn how to pivot and be flexible and to tolerate any disappointment that might come with that. So many people are just so scared of experiencing disappointment that it becomes debilitating and self-sabotaging, because then they just don't take action at all. Just keep in mind that life is messy. There are unexpected detours. Whether you're choosing an ice cream flavor or plotting the next chapter of your career, we want to approach decisions with a mixture of intention and flexibility. Just think that the greatest experiences and the greatest stories rarely have a script or a plan, and that's what makes them great, because there aren't these expectations. The next time you have to make a big decision, try not to get so stuck in this right versus wrong, and really just trust that whatever decision you make is going to be the right decision because that's the one you're committing to. It's okay if there's a little bit of discomfort with that. That's, again, an opportunity to learn resilience and to learn to cope with disappointment or learn to be flexible. These are important life skills. They're not things that we want to avoid because of our anxiety or because of that discomfort. I would love to know about a decision dilemma you've encountered and whether you overcame that or what happened. Please feel free to leave a comment, or if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those as well. And again, head on over to my website, catharticspacecounseling.com, for some more free stuff. I'll see you next time.